And now, here is singer-songwriter, broadcaster, audio-video artist, entertainment agent, and your host for the dHarmic Evolution. It's the master storyteller himself, James Kevin O'Connor.
Welcome to dHarmic Evolution. Hey, we got a great show for you guys today. We are going out to the left coast, the west coast, and we're going to visit with Cynthia Brando. Yes, indeed, it may be Marlon's daughter, but I'm not sure. We're going to have to find out. I want to tell you a little bit about Cynthia. Amazing woman, really killer singer-songwriter. Just got hooked up with her about a month ago and really excited to have her on this show. A little bit about her. She took this big step in her music career when she moved into the city of Los Angeles from this quiet little Northern California town. And she developed this connection with fellow musicians and appreciators of performers all across the LA region. And sharing her unique vintage vibe, powerful vocals, and steady rock rhythms in clubs, homes, and as a street performer, she started this cool brand called Music Emerging. It's a project for other artists, inspiring artists. They do interviews, they got articles, and a successful concert series. So Music Emerging is growing. It's including a portal of resources and emotional support for artists. Cynthia's also been published as a guest writer on the music sites Music Clout and Music Industry How To. And she's received honorable mentions for her music in the Song Door International Songwriting Competition and American Songwriter Magazine Lyric Contest. She's a 2017 recipient of Hamera Foundation Fellowship Award for her music, currently working on a musical-based project in the arena of the healing arts based on her fellowship experience. And she's also here on the dHarmic Evolution to talk about her new album coming out in June, a tour, and a book. Stacking the cool, baby. You better strap up your seatbelts and let's go for a ride. Are you related to Marlon?
It's funny, I was just talking to a friend about this. I am named after Marlon Brando. The family name is after Marlon Brando, but no, we are not related. Figure that one out.
Cool. Well, let me give you
My parents changed their name.
Really? Oh, wow. So I want to give you a big warm welcome to the dHarmic Evolution. Welcome to this show. It's great to have you here from the left coast. It's really awesome and love the set you're in today.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I was happy I came across your music, and you're really a committed artist. I love what you do. Really brave and out there. You're like the real deal, which I just love having on the show. How did you get connected to the artist that you are today? How did it start for you?
I mean, it started a long time ago when I was in high school and I picked up my first guitar. I saw someone performing, a singer-songwriter, just a guy and his guitar. I was captivated. I had a guitar from my mom. I started playing it. I always enjoyed writing. And it started then. And then, now I'm in my 40s. And of course, I've had this long journey to get to where I'm at now, which is living in Los Angeles. I've come from rural areas all my life. Uh-huh. So I've always done music. It just took until like 2013, 14 before I started to think about actually trying to do it as a career.
Right. Well, I'm glad that you did. That's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Tell me about like your favorite places to play. Like what's the best going for you? Is it like do you like festivals? Do you like small coffee houses? Like where are you most comfortable?
Well, it just depends. I do a lot of music solo or as a duo. Right. So actually, the most surprising thing that's happened to me in Los Angeles is I started doing a lot of street performing. And I really, really enjoy street performing. I was just doing that on Sunday. Uh-huh. And the connection I get with people on the street walking by is, it's been life-changing for me. I mean, that's where I can actually talk to people in real time. Whereas in a coffee shop, you can do that also, but you're on a stage and there's a different dynamic there. So the street, just people are walking by and they're stopping and I can just talk to them right then and there. And I really enjoy that a lot.
Something about the immediacy of that too, right? I mean, you just have that instant connection. There's no barriers there,
Exactly.
Yeah. So are you in LA?
I live in Los Angeles.
Okay.
I moved here late 2014 from Humboldt.
Where'd you come from?
Northern California.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm originally from the East Coast, but I've been in California a long time. So I moved here from a small town,
Uh-huh.
rural
Boston?
area.
Boston area?
Oh, on the East Coast, I was born in Philly, and then we lived in rural Pennsylvania a bit, and then New Jersey, Seaside Heights, Toms
Right.
River, that area, New Egypt.
A Jersey Shore girl. Wow.
Yeah, originally. Been a long time, very westernized.
Yeah. How is it? How do you like the California groove?
Well, as you can see, I like it very much.
You're living the life, girl.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I mean, nothing against the East Coast. I mean, I'm from there, and I would actually like to go. I haven't been back in a long time, and my sister lives back there, and I have some other cousins and aunts and uncles. But California was where I was introduced to probably what you're in line with dHarmic Evolution. So a lot of just healing modalities that I discovered once I got out to California, which is very popular here, yoga, healthy eating, just all that really inspired me. And I mean, it inspired my music also. So.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I love the yoga thing. That's kind of like,
right.
It's done so much for me as far as, just not only musically and creating music, but just the health thing and the vibe and the community. Just it has so many tangibles to it. It's just wonderful,
Yeah, and that's how we kind of met. Is because I saw you emailed me your Yoga for Musicians booklet, and I was like, yes, like this is just so in line with what I'm interested in doing with my company, Music Emerging, and my music. And I've had a yoga practice on and off for many years. I mean, I've done it continuously for some years, and then I stopped. And moving to LA has been crazy, so I haven't done it as much. But you, like someone seen like you doing it, and it's very inspiring.
Yeah, it's 4 to 6 times a week for me. I'm like hooked on it, because it just there's no downside to it. I used to do boxing training, and I was just beating my shoulders up really, really bad hitting that heavy bag. So I had to look for something else. So this did it for me.
Yeah, it's very gentle, but also you're building so much strength. And as far as opening up paths to creativity, because, I mean, yoga is originally meant as a form of meditation. So you're opening up channels for creativity that I think are really boundless when you get into yoga and meditation for creative people.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to get more into, healing with music. I want to study that, learn more about it, and then be able to present it to people.
Awesome.
Like you're doing.
Yeah. Hey, while we're, why don't we get in and find out what Cynthia is all about? This is called Butterfly. Let's check this out. Here we go.
It's your mind that goes crazy. You laugh and cry. You ask why things are the way that they are. Your heart has wings like the butterfly, light as sky, taking your flight when it's right. You feel around in the dark, these four walls, around and around. You thought you were safe and sound inside, and you are. Your hands are as warm as your heart, and you're as light as the wings of a butterfly. The monarch seeks the bitterness, it loves the taste that helps it along to its path. Your life has sustained on emptiness, helplessness, but you're too scared to admit. You feel around in the dark, these four walls, around and around. You thought you were safe and sound inside, and you are. Your hands are as warm as your heart, and you're as light as the wings of a butterfly. But what do you know? You're moving, flying high with the sun. But when you come down, don't lose your ground. Stick around, feel around, feel around, feel around, feel around in the dark. These four walls, around and around. You thought you were safe and sound inside, and you are. Feel around in the dark. These four walls, around and around. You thought you were safe and sound inside, and you are. Your hands are as warm as your heart, and you're as light as the wings of a butterfly.
All right, Butterfly. Can you give us the backstory on that one, Cynthia?
Yeah, I chose that song because, moving to LA, it's been this really enriching, enlightening experience that I didn't expect, because a lot of people have a lot of negative thoughts about LA. Right. And Butterfly was the first tune that I actually recorded for an EP that I released in 2016. And the person that recorded it for free was just this man that I met, Dave Osty, awesome singer-songwriter. And he just, he didn't even know me. And he met me and heard me sing somewhere and just championed my music, my tremolo and my voice, which, a lot of people like or don't like. And he was just, And so that was the first song that we put on my EP in 2016. And also that was kind of a turning point in my songwriting. Moving to LA, I never had, like growing up in rural areas, I never had teachers or mentors, really. I never took a class in songwriting. And then coming to LA, I was able to go to a lot of workshops. And then also I'm around so many singer-songwriters. I go out and listen to music. And it totally changed the way I write songs. Like I really work on it like a craft now, which I didn't really do in the past. It was just more of a stream of consciousness. I write it out. And then I was kind of done with it. I didn't really understand the craft of songwriting until I moved to Los Angeles, and I was inspired by all of these amazing songwriters. So that song kind of represents that turning point for me. Yeah.
Isn't it like a never-ending process, though? I mean,
absolutely.
It just.
But it's like, I just felt like I didn't start until then. Like really. Yeah. So.
That's great. And don't you love breaking rules? And there shouldn't be any, but
I do that all the time.
Yeah. I think that's great, though.
I do.
Yeah, that's where the best songs come from. I was talking about, I was in LA for a music conference. This is about 4 or 5 years ago. And I think the keynote there was David Pack, who was from Ambrosia, the people who wrote a whole stack of hits, a really great songwriter and singer. And the host of the event was talking all about formulas and how you have to write a song and you have to go, intro, verse, chorus, and, the ABC and the ABCs of songwriting, double entendre there. And he says to David, right, David, that's the way it's supposed to go. And David says, well, the very first song I wrote for Ambrosia turned into a hit song, and I opened with the chorus. Which you're never supposed to do, and yeah. And when I first moved to LA, I attended a lot of like pitch nights where you pitch a song, and
And that was a lot of the feedback I get, like, well, it doesn't fit into the structure, or it's not a story song, or, whatever, which is, it's good feedback. But I just realized that I don't have to always be working towards pitching my music for something. Like that's another category you can get into.
Yeah.
But like for me personally, I just want to do what I do. And if someone likes it or not, that's fine. I just don't want to push that being in a box kind of idea.
You
like
want to be an artist.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like moving to LA, I'm kind of discovering exactly who I do want to be, even though I'm in my 40s. But
that's right.
Yeah,
40s
like you
is
said,
fun.
it's a never-ending process. But I recently wrote a song, and it totally goes out of the normal song structure. And people say it's my best song. It really touches people. And so that kind of taught me, like, I should just do what I feel inside instead of trying to formulate to whose ever ideas out there,
And what's the name of that song?
Keep It Together
Nice.
While Falling Apart.
Oh, nice. I like that. Yeah.
I think I'm going to call it Keep It Together, shorten it.
I like that. Hey, tell me the name of your EP that Butterfly was on. Do you have a...
it's called In the Here and the Now.
Oh, okay.
That's the title track, In the Here and the Now.
Look for that one, folks. In the Here and the Now.
Yeah, it's online. So, yeah, anyone could purchase that online. It's 5 songs, and there's other instrumentation besides me playing guitar and singing.
Right.
Yeah.
When you're in the studio, Cynthia, like, what's your studio process? Like, who are you working with? I mean, it's a beautiful stripped down sound. It's not overly produced, which is great because your music shines through. Do you have like a certain set of people that you're working with consistently, or do you work with different people all the time, or how does the studio process work for you?
It was a nightmare at first when I first got here, and I didn't know anyone. I just assumed like anyone in LA that I would work with is going to be awesome, but it's a relationship you're forming.
Yeah,
and that's very important. I worked with someone who had absolutely no sense of humor. So I realized just like in a relationship that like I'm looking for that in someone, which I have. And it's like also in my studio time, I'm looking for someone with a sense of humor. Of course, I take it seriously, but the kind of atmosphere you create in the studio is really going to affect your performance and the sound. I don't know all the intricacies of it, but the whole vibe and energy that's created in the studio with whoever you're working with is very important. So it wasn't until I started to make those personal connections through my networking and just, happenstance of meeting people that I found Dave Osti, and he recorded Butterfly and a few other songs for me. And we just had an incredible time in his studio. It was just so much fun.
Yeah.
And I think it reflects that also. And just creatively, we were able to bounce ideas off of each other. So that's important too. If you can communicate in that way, you have to be in line with each other, cosmically.
Yeah.
When you're making a recording, you have to be kind of on the same page, unless you just don't know what you want at all. And then you'd have a producer, I guess, that would kind of feed you ideas and see if that's where you want to go. But I like to be really involved in my process when I'm recording. And right now I'm recording with my boyfriend, and he actually produced and engineered my new album that's coming out. So, and of course that's a really great experience, which could go wrong, I guess, but it's
well, it sounds like
totally right.
It sounds like it's going really well. I mean, especially, if he's so connected to you and so intimately connected to you, like he knows all about you, your musical spirit, you're probably going to get a great product. It's awesome.
Yeah. And he accepts my, diva moments in the studio. So
you gotta have the diva moment.
Having that acceptance is really nice. Just having people accept you for who you are.
Yeah.
Because we're not all perfect, and a lot of things will come out in the studio time when you're in a small room,
right?
And you're doing something that's you're very passionate about.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
It's
awesome.
fun. It's really fun.
It really is. I mean, if when you have the right people there, it makes such a difference. Because it should be like, it's almost like, it's like a spiritual event for me, man. I'm so pumped up when I'm in the studio. It's just the most fun, creative, imaginative, like you're in a submarine, with all these lights, and it's just this cool thing going on, and you never know how it's going to come out. I mean, I always feel that I learned a long time ago, don't have too many preconceived notions about the end product, because it never comes out the way you think it's going to come out. It always seems to come out better,
Yeah, it is interesting how magical that is, or strange, otherworldly, because you'll be in the studio, you'll be in the same exact spot,
Right.
And record something. You'll return there the next day. Everything's set up the same. Nothing was moved.
Yeah.
It sounds completely different.
It really does.
And you're different too. It's almost like wine. Like it just ages in this magical way and tastes differently, and
yeah.
So I like that part of it a lot. I'm trying to.
Which Cynthia is going to show up today? Which voice? I get that all the time.
Right.
Like, what voice is coming in today? Because you have a lot of voices, that you can use. And, my challenge is always to pick out the right voice for the right song, and I mean pitch, timbre, attitude, there's so many different characteristics to a voice, and how delicately you approach it, or how harshly, or, whatever. I think it's time to play another one. What do you think?
Great. This is off my new album.
I love this. This is called Sparkle. Wait till you hear the guitar work in this one.
Sparkle in your eyes, sparkle in your surprise, sparkle in your smile, sparkle all the while. I lost all the feeling that I ever had. You gave it back to me with all the things you said. Sparkle in your minds, sparkle in your time. I can't remember the last time I ever wanted to live. I met you and I saw the lights with all the gifts you get. With your sparkle, sparkle in your stride, sparkle in your tide. You treated me like I was the best thing ever on this earth. I lost all my confidence and you gave me back my word. With your sparkle, sparkle, sparkle in your eyes, sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
Yeah, love the guitar playing in that. That was awesome. Who's playing guitar on that?
That's my boyfriend, Ed Shree. Amazing guitarist, also a singer-songwriter.
Is he? Awesome.
Yes.
Good job, Ed. That was really great.
Yes.
I love the harmonics at the end there, too. Let's talk about your influences a little bit. Like, who influenced you to help develop you into the singer-songwriter that you are and that we know and love today, Cynthia?
Well, I mean, I have pretty regular taste. basically, I was originally influenced by the music that my parents listened to. You know, they listened to a lot of music from the 60s. That's their era. But I joke with them because they would listen to the really square stuff, like the Turtles, you know, and I'm trying to think what else they listened to.
The Rascals,
Neil
right?
Diamond,
Neil
you
Diamond,
know,
yeah.
And it wasn't until I was in high school, my best friend's father had this amazing record collection. And that's when I got into like Joni Mitchell, a lot of Chicago blues, Phoebe Snow, people that you wouldn't necessarily hear on popular radio. So, yeah, I was influenced by a lot of older music. And then, you know, when I started to get into singing, I was really attracted to strong singers with just really powerful voices like Patsy Cline. Sam Cooke was a huge influence on me and still is. And then later on, Amy Winehouse was
You've got good taste.
A huge, huge influence.
Yeah.
I loved her music and was very sad when she passed away.
That was a real tragedy, that whole thing. That was really just
And, you know, exactly. And that's why I'm creating Music Emerging, which is this kind of business I'm working on. Because, you know, artists, people in the music industry, they're going through a lot of extra emotions. They're dealing with life in general and then life as an artist. And so I created this site to try to help musicians and other people in the music industry deal with their emotions.
So tell us what was the genesis that got that kicked off? How did you come up with this? It was just like one day you just decided that was it? Or what happened?
Well, I had Music Emerging, which is the name of the company that I started, and it was a magazine. And I just wanted to do a magazine. I wanted to do some writing. I wanted to interview people because, like, I've just been trying to branch out with music, not just being a singer-songwriter and performing, but doing other things in the industry because it pretty much all interests me. Right. So I just thought I'll try doing some writing. I love essay writing. I've done that all my life, and you know, I do personal writing, and so I started to write about my experiences in the music industry, just what I'm going through here in LA. And they would always be more emotional, not just like how to do this or that in what I'm doing, but just my deeper emotional experience as I was doing whatever.
Right.
And I got a lot of really good responses from people that were going through the same things. So I write a lot about just different fears and insecurities that I've gone through that stopped me from not pursuing music for a really long time. And so once I was getting that feedback, I had the idea, like, wouldn't it be really great to just have a site where there's all these resources and other things that I'm now working on? Like, we have a meetup group in LA. So I developed a few workshops to get it going. And again, it's in process. And then coaching, I'd like to do that and just talk to people about their emotional experiences and then start a weekly blog again with my writing about that.
Thank you for doing this. This is really awesome and something that the community needs in a big way.
I think so.
Yeah, there's not enough resources out there for, you know, singer-songwriters. I met somebody through this show because I kind of had the same, you and I have the same parallel vision, I think, is to try to, you know, take what you do and help support others in their quest to, and everybody gets to rise with the tide, you know. And there was this young lady who I interviewed in Philadelphia, of all places, Jennifer Logue, who does the same thing. She's got like I think it's a newspaper. Same thing. She goes out and it's something Philly. I can't remember the name of it, but thank you for doing that on behalf of all the people who you've helped, and I know there's probably many. Hope you guys are digging this dHarmic Evolution series with Cynthia Brando. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with Cynthia. More of her stories right after this.
Have you connected with your gratitude today? I think I have something that will help inspire you. It's the brand new release from James Kevin O'Connor. Gratitude, recorded on Music Row in Nashville, Tennessee with producer Kim Copeland and team, is James' third full-length album in 4 years. 10 amazing songs, each one a different story about the emotions, journeys and experiences that you and I have lived. Songs like Dreamer, Jesus Teaches, Tango On and 51 Shades of Grey. and of course, title track, Gratitude. Pick up the brand new CD today with amazing artwork and photography at iTunes, CD Baby, and Amazon. Or simply go to jameskevino'connor.com for your download right now. Send someone that you love a copy of Gratitude today. It might be exactly what they need in their life right now. Gratitude, the new release by James Kevin O'Connor.
Well, yeah, you know, with my doing my performing and promote, you know, obviously I have to promote my music and get it out there, and it's very it's focusing on me all the time, me, you know. It just feels like that so much of the time. Where music emerging, I feel like I'm doing something more. Yeah. So it makes me feel good. Like I do want to leave this earth, leaving something behind that's not just my music, but something that's more universal. Right. And I like to help people. I really do. I enjoy it. So if I could do that, then you know, I feel like I'm on the right path in my life. You know, I definitely, especially at my age now, I want to do something more. I want to do something that connects me deeper with people. That's just not focusing on myself all the time.
Yeah. Great minds think alike.
Yeah, I actually brought a little product from the site. It's just this little booklet I created, a zine. And because this is something that helped me a lot. I carry around a lot of writings, a lot of dHarmic writings, actually. And I don't have time to like read novels. I'm so busy. Yeah. Or read long things. And these are great because they're short, you know, and you can read a little paragraph. You know, in this
Hold
one.
Hold it up to the camera. Hold it up to the camera so you can see.
So yeah, here is, I don't know, is this backwards? Or can you see?
A little closer.
So the first page is my story. Okay. And then the Music Emerging has 3 tenets. It's unfold, reveal, and arise. Oh, wow. 3 words that I chose that I thought they meant something important to me and important to Music Emerging. So, and I just write a little paragraph on each of those. So you can just turn to it. Like I do, I turn to these writings, not my own, but just any writings that inspire you. And it helps me a lot with music and all the stresses I'm going through. As you do like a music career, there's just a lot more stresses. Yeah. And you get down, and just reading like a few lines or a paragraph that's uplifting, I find very helpful. Yeah. So I want to create more products like this. And also I'm working on a book for musicians that's going to be very much in line like this, short paragraphs on different topics.
Congratulations. That's amazing. When is it coming out? Do you have a title yet?
I do. It's called Affirmations for the Working Musician.
Nice.
Is my working title. So
excellent.
I'm about halfway completed.
Is it going to be like Atlas Shrugged? Is it you're going to need people to help carry it in the room?
No. Again, that's the point. Who has time for that? You know, in the music industry. So yeah. No, it's going to be succinct.
That's great. Congratulations. The 3 words, are those your ongoing 3 words, or are those just 3 words you selected for that handout?
No, this is under the Music Emerging marquee, as you will. So it's always there.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
You know, there's lots of words out there, but those were ones that I kind of meditated on when I created Music Emerging.
Yeah, I have my 3 words too. I picked this up from Brendan Burchard a couple years ago. I was out in San Francisco, I think it was, and he's a big time coach, and it was like a 3-day long seminar. And his whole thing was, develop your 3 words. What 3 words represent you, what you do, how you live your life? And mine are love, inspire, entertain. So I thought that was a really good way to kind of dig in for people and say, what are my 3 words? Like, why do I get up in the morning? So the 3 words.
I'm having an idea now. I'm going to do a blog post on this.
Awesome.
I guess it's already been done, maybe, but still.
Yeah, but you know what? That's okay, though. I mean, I think it's like, with music sometimes when people say, I don't know, but it's not really original. Well, wait a minute. I didn't create the chord. I didn't create language. I didn't create the 12 notes. I mean, it's like when you synthesize your ideas and wrap it around, whatever it is it's being put through you as a process. So it's never going to be the same. So, the world always needs more content and more inspiration. So, I always encourage people, just go do your thing, man. We need you.
Yes.
And we should really go across the water. What do you think? Here is the video from Cynthia Brando. Yeah, this is called Across the Water. Check this out.
Love the way you move across the water. You found a way to make it on your own. The thought of a better tomorrow propelled your bike to move across the water. And you move better than you've ever moved before. Across the water to the other shore. The bridge that you bicycled on now stops you before you get across. But you found a way to reach your destination without giving in to what you have lost. And you move better than you've ever moved before. And you're moving across the water to the other shore. And you're moving better than you've ever moved before. And you're moving across the water to the other shore. Across the water, you found a way to make it on your own. Now you've got others to follow, a bicycle that moves on the water. Love the way you move across the water. Better than you've ever moved before. Shore, and you're moving better than you've ever moved before. And you're moving across the water to the other shore. Across the water to the other shore. Across the water to the other shore. Across the water, and you're moving like you never moved before.
Yeah, Across the Water. What a great video. And you went swimming in that beautiful dress at the end there, huh? Look at you go.
There's a secret to that.
Is there?
I was wearing a wetsuit.
Were you really?
Yeah.
You fooled
the
me.
waters in the San Francisco Bay Area are quite frigid. So
yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm not that hardcore.
Yeah. So what is the concept Across the Water? What is the song about?
That's a single that I recorded with Dave Osty, who I mentioned earlier when we recorded an EP later on. But that was a single we recorded, and I was inspired by a story of this guy, Judas Schiller, and he was commuting on his bike across the bridge to the Bay Area, and they closed the bike path. And then he had realized the only way to go across to where he needed to go was the water, the bay. And so he created this bike that you can take it on land, and then you can do some switcheroo, and it becomes a bike that you can go across the water in.
Wow.
And I just thought, how cool is that?
Yeah.
And the beat to that song, the rhythms and everything, and the words, they came to me in a dream. I thought I heard the story, and then I dreamt the song, and it was with me all day. And then I created the song. It was magic. It just came out exactly like that. And it's one of my first story songs. I don't write a lot of songs about like a topic like that. So it was fun.
Great song, great video. That's awesome. Tell me a little bit about social media. What do you do? What's your favorite jam on social media? You're on Facebook, obviously. Like, what's your favorite platform to be on?
Oh, well, now it's Twitter.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So I've been, and I've taken a lot of workshops on social media and promotion for artists or businesses or whatnot. And I just learned that, well, they teach that you should really pick one and just go with that one. Not that you can't post on others, but just focus most of your attention on one. And so that's worked a lot for me so far with Twitter. I mean, I have a small following, but it's growing, and I'm getting more interaction. With you, we kind of, interacted on Twitter. Right. And I'm just doing more on that platform. And I don't know. I don't know exactly why I like it compared to other platforms. It is more immediate because it goes away. Yeah. It doesn't stay as long as on Facebook or Instagram. It's Twitter's pretty fast. Yeah. And I kind of like that. And I discover a lot on Twitter as I go through the feeds. Yeah. I just see a lot happening on there. It just seems more happening to me. Right. Right. So.
Well, we're gonna make sure we hit you on all the socials that we can and promote you. Do you have a website? And can you share if you do?
Yeah, my website is cynthiabrando.com.
Yes, just like
and there
Marlon.
You will find, just like Marlon, exactly. And there you will find information on my upcoming tour and my album that will be coming out to accompany that tour.
And what's the title of the new album?
It's the Treehouse Sessions.
Wow.
So that's the studio I recorded at.
Love it.
So that's my working title as of now. It's coming out officially in June. So I'm still tinkering with it. All the songs are completed and mastered, and I'm just doing the cover art and all that right now. So
great. People don't know how much work it is to put out a record.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of work. Yes, indeed. Congratulations on that, and thank you for sharing the website. And thank you for being here. We're at the end already of the dHarmic Evolution. I really appreciate you, Cynthia, your music, everything you're doing, and helping other artists. Can't thank you enough for that. That's really great. And just give us another pitch on your website and your page for the other artists. Just give us a plug on that again.
Yeah, so it's Music Emerging. So www.musicemerging.com. We are also on all the social media platforms. And then we have a singer-songwriter series in Los Angeles every third Friday of the month.
Excellent. I checked it out, and it's a great site. People go to it and support Cynthia Brando on all that she's doing. She's just a creative legend. She never stops. She never sleeps.
Yes. I am lacking in that department, the sleep department.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I saw your note. It came in at 3 o'clock in the morning the other night. I said, "Man, you're not just getting any sleep, girl." So, thank you for that. I really appreciated you being here on the dHarmic Evolution. I just want to wish you all the luck, success, and happiness in your venture and your new album. Really great.
Thank you. I wish the same for you and what you're doing. It's wonderful, all that you're doing.
Butterfly, sparkle. Across the water. Cynthia has a whole lot going on these days, man. New album coming out, a book, a tour to support the new album. Wow. Please check out her website. Go to cynthiabrando.com. Put it in just the way it sounds. All of her socials are Cynthia Brando with the exception of Twitter, which is C Brando Music. Hey, happy to be back with you guys on the dHarmic Evolution. A big shout out to our listeners in North Vietnam. Hope you guys and ladies are doing well up there. I don't know where you came from, but I'm certainly glad that you're here. You know, I've been getting some coaching requests for both media and podcast training. I haven't even come out with this stuff yet, but I'm getting requests for it. And I will be taking on more clients. So if you need help with that, and also, by the way, stay tuned for my training videos that I'm working on right now for podcasting. They'll be available for you folks soon. So people who are really serious about podcasting to amp up their business, I can help you with these videos tremendously. I'll be letting you know how you can access those videos very soon. But in the meantime, if you want one-on-one, I'm only going to take a few more, both for media training and for podcast coaching. Reach out to me at james@thejamesoconnor.agency.com, and I can help you out with that. And also, I just put out an ebook for you guys. It's a free download. It's on my Facebook page or the website, allthingsjameskevin.o'connor.com, or go to my Facebook page and download your free ebook about yoga and how it transformed me as a singer-songwriter in ways that really, really enhanced and leveraged my creativity in ways that I hadn't dreamed it would even happen. So that's it for me today on the dHarmic Evolution. It's great to be with you guys again. I'm your host for the dHarmic Evolution, James Kevin O'Connor, singer-songwriter, audio-video artist, master storyteller. Until the next time when we meet again, I'll see you on the socials, or I'll see you from the stage.
It's in my